Yo family, what is good, and welcome back to another Casper video. And trust me, I know, I am perfectly aware, I have seen the markets. I know that things are looking beyond bleak for Casper and, quite frankly, for all of crypto right now. So it's going to be a very important video today, getting into the dark truth about the market, what we need to prepare for, and ultimately what could happen next. The long and short of it is, in my personal belief, not financial advice of course, I still believe this is not the end for Casper or crypto just yet, and I'll be showcasing sources to support my belief in this video. However, I can't lie, the possibility of a bear cycle is starting to draw a little closer right now. In saying that, to learn more about why and to level up your Casper and crypto knowledge, come join my free Discord server, links down below in the description, and I hope to see you there. But now, to start off, I'm going to tell you exactly what I have told my VIP community already earlier today when the markets collapsed. Last week, we witnessed one of the largest liquidation events ever in history, which afterwards you'd expect the market would have bottomed out and started to make that recovery, which we did to an extent, except it was short-lived. And now we have not just revisited these levels, we have printed new lows and we are looking extremely weak. Bitcoin is currently valued at $106,800, down roughly 1.26% on the daily time frame, and corrected much further. Earlier today, actually came down roughly for almost 5%. And then, of course, Ethereum has equally done badly, and then Casper. Casper is now valued at 5.17 cents, down roughly 3.41% on the daily time frame, and earlier did actually retrace below that critical 5 cents support level, although it has seemingly regained that zone, which is critically important, a life support for Casper, if you will. The positive side of things right now is stocks. Stocks are holding strong. If anything, they are actually rallying, which is really positive news, and none of the data suggests that anything is wrong, so there's no reason for stocks to start correcting for now. So in that regard, we may just be finding Bitcoin's actual bottom right now before the major reversal and the price pump, which the bottom could be where we saw earlier today, $104,000, or equally down the 100k zone a little further down. Again, time will tell very shortly. This may just be another fake out. The worst case scenario though, and the reason this market behavior may be alarming, is because of gold. Gold is perceived as a safe haven. When fear is dying, everyone goes to gold. Banks collect gold. And gold, as we can see recently, has been rallying like crazy, printing all-time highs day after day after day. And actually earlier today, gold was up almost 2%. It wasn't until recently that gold just made a shocking reversal and is now currently down 2.28%. But gold was doing well today and people were panicking. The manner in which gold is rallying though, this extortionate rally we've seen since August 20th, and even then much longer, gold has been doing insane. The manner in which this is happening only happens with a lot of fear in the banking sector. With regional banks, the stocks going down, although making a recovery and regaining ground thankfully, with this happening though, this may be an early indication that something is broken in our economy. Now, me personally, again, not financial advice, I still don't think we are in the worst case. I don't think it will happen unless we see the stock market, the credit market, and, well, quite frankly, all the markets start to drop and start showing weakness economically. And if we see that, then it could be the start of some very tough times, where we could see, in the hopeful scenario, a repeat of January to April. We saw a repeat back here. We saw a massive drop of 30% before we see a major reversal where we saw Bitcoin come down to 74k and then rally up to 126. And this would coincide 3 to 4 month pullback with the macroeconomic sentiment of rate cuts, with QE likely to start happening in 2026, January time, as we can see in accordance to Reuters. Jerome Powell's already announced that QT will be coming to an end very soon. Furthermore, we can see here, the demand for Fed's reverse repo facility has fallen considerably. And with the bank's reserves at the Fed dropping below $3 trillion, a level that many Fed officials consider the red line between abundant and scarce reserves, such low level can strain the financial market, making it harder for banks to lend money, which could cause spikes in market volatility like we have just seen today, for example, and even bank failures like we have just witnessed. This is the cause of the Fed mainly. This is why Jerome Powell announced earlier this week that the end of QT is near. In the coming months, most likely January 2026 again, QE money printing will follow. But that's not all. I have showcased this in my streams and my videos previously. This is an institutional research document from Sygnum Bank, which was published in August, so 2 months back now. And it highlights the possibility of an extended cycle. As we can see here, as the crypto market has adhered to the consistent 4-year cycle so far during its short history, expectations are that we are approaching the end of the current bull cycle in the next 2 to 3 months with bearish predictions for 2026. However, as global liquidity remains plentiful and expanding institutional adoption progresses while demand for treasury companies remains strong and streamlined US regulations is likely to act as a catalyst for at least certain segments of the market, we believe the current cycle has further to go. So Sygnum Bank here are saying that the bearish predictions for 2026 are not just unjustified but also misguided. Global liquidity, the M2 money supply, as well as the QT and the QE even, and the rate cuts, meaning more money printing, is going to act as a catalyst. The institutional adoption through BlackRock and other massive Wall Street institutions building on crypto, ETF filings, treasury companies also acting as a catalyst, and then regulations will spark as momentum in the markets and send the markets going up a lot higher. And to remind you, that's not me saying this. This is Sygnum Bank who are saying this to their enterprise clients. This is a confidential document. They're not telling us to retail, they're telling it to their friends, their smart money friends. They believe this cycle has further to go. So on that sentiment, we may see a reversal and a booming market very, very soon. Or on the other side of the coin, we could start seeing a quote early bear market signal and crypto just go down from here. What we need to remember though, family, is that we will be okay. Even if, touch wood, is the worst case scenario and we go into a bear market, there's still money to be made in a bear market. And that is also where you get the best discounts on every asset, on any asset. And that is where you really make money, setting the stage for your future. Most investors, 99%, leave here. They miss out and they lose so much money. They start calling crypto a scam. But truth be told, they are gravely misinformed of the magnitude in which crypto and blockchain is taking over our financial infrastructure. The size of which we have never seen before. As institutional documents state, for example, papers from the Rothschild family, Rothschild & Co. Wealth Management, they state in this document, this is a $72 trillion wealth transfer opportunity with blockchain, with crypto. You know what, actually, I'm feeling generous. I will fire off a few more confidential alpha documents just like these premium insights I've already showed. These are, by the way, documents I exclusively show to my VIPs already. They are perfectly aware, we are perfectly aware of what is coming of all of this so far. For example, another alpha document, another one from Sygnum Bank here, titled An Introduction to the World of Crypto Assets and Blockchain Technology. And this one, once again, they are telling their institutional clients that price and regulatory implications, they dominate the public discourse. That is what we care about, the public. We only focus on price and regulatory developments. We care on what Trump and his policies are doing and the price of the market. But these are only surface level distractions in what is becoming the foundational layer for the next generation of financial market infrastructure and innovative technology. This is also why I'm not too concerned on the market price, because me, as an investor and also as a researcher, I look behind the curtains and at the indicators to see if the price movements in the market, if they are justified or not. And right now, the indicators still are not showing any signs of anything just yet. I think it's a fake out still, but again, I could be wrong, again, not financial advice. But that's what I believe, right? Do your own research. But that's also why I have very little concerns regarding Casper. While institutions here, like Sygnum Bank, they are not talking about Casper, at least not yet. For one, that could soon change. Maybe this is going to include Casper. With the likes of VProgs and Dagnut coming out soon, it wouldn't surprise me. But two, and more importantly, this is the overall sentiment and message from the market leaders, from the smart money, which is to pay more focus on the infrastructure being built, because that is where the real money will migrate to. Don't care about the distractions being the price, because you'll get burnt if you do. Sound money assets like Casper is where the smart money people like Elon Musk will eventually go to. They will migrate to. Recently, Elon Musk tweeted that Bitcoin is the ultimate form of money, as it is based on energy. Fiat currency is fake. You can fake currency. You can issue fake currency, and every government in history has done so. But it is impossible to fake energy, and this is completely true. And that's why Bitcoin's found money. But at the same time, this also easily correlates to Casper, as it is also, like Bitcoin, a fair launch proof of work. Casper, however, has the ability to scale while remaining decentralized, unlike Bitcoin. This also is another premium insight from my VIP community, from Apollo Crypto, where they talk about Bitcoin, stablecoins, asset tokenization, decentralized finance, and also smart contract platforms. By the way, if you want access to confidential documents like this, or like these, and this, all this stuff here, if you want access to this stuff, and hundreds more, and even exclusive interviews that go completely under the radar from retail, then you can come check out my VIP, wop.com/coinfactory, if that interests you. There's also a limited time offer you could join for free for 7 days, or join free for a month. Should you click on the affiliate link down below and sign to BYDFI, no KYC, no VPN, regulated exchange. All information is provided in our free Discord server right here, and also right here. To come find out more, click the link down below in the description, and I hope to see you there. Now, to circle back, I won't go through this whole document here, but I will highlight one key page. How Apollo Crypto, how we value crypto assets. Let's read here. Many pundits often describe crypto assets as impossible to value due to a lack of intrinsic value. It reminds us of valuing the internet in its infancy. In the year 2000, a Forbes article suggested that internet may just be a passing fad as millions give up on it. And look at where we're at today, 25 years later. The Mag 7 has a larger market cap than the GDP of many developed countries. That is a very big deal. And this to me is very important because many people are valuing crypto, especially Casper, is extremely hard to value right now due to it being a very early project and there being a lack of intrinsic value right now. And again, remember, smart money are not looking at the price. They are valuing the project based on technology. That's also why I believe that Casper, if not already, will be on their radar. And to continue on, cycling back, to put it another way, if one had tried to historically invest in crypto markets based purely off traditional valuation metrics, they would have failed miserably. A deeper understanding of the underlying architecture, market structure, and relationships is required to be successful as a crypto investor. And this again is where Casper steps in. Innovative technology that isn't following any blueprints. Casper and the devs are literally reinventing the wheel, doing something that has never ever been achieved before, let alone even attempted before. Now, in that regard, we have got a bit of an update for Casper in this stream, as always. Sompolinsky'S, Casper's founder, recently reconfigured his AI bot Terra and told her how to strategically promote the new VProgs architecture and its yellow paper to the public, as well as Dagnite. VProgs effectively being the new native smart contracts on Casper, but in actuality, they allow for decentralized application sovereignty on the layer 1. Again, something that had never been done before, because what we see right now in crypto is a space flooded with layer 2 sequences like Base, Arbitrum, Uni that fragment the entire Ethereum ecosystem, shattering liquidity and forces users to use a riskier and costly bridge to move their assets. With VProgs, especially paired with Dagnite, this will create true decentralized application sovereignty and give builders of high value financial applications the full control they would need and require to remain secure on a layer 1. So in short, the success of VProgs with Dagnite could transform Casper from a high-speed base layer technology into a decentralized settlement layer, the ultimate layer 1 of choice in this space for the most demanding applications, being finance, gaming, energy, whatever you name it, right? And according to Terra, if we get more builders and devs involved, we could very possibly see these Casper and crypto game changers, endgames, within the next 9 months. So before Q3 2026, before June, July 2026. Now that sounds like a very, very long way away, and truth be told, it is. And again, this is not a fixed timeline. This could also extend it. There's no fixed timeline right now. And the market very well could have ended by then. So there is, of course, the what ifs, right? But at the same time, again, institutional sentiment suggests that maybe, just maybe, the cycle has got further to go. Maybe the macro liquidity that's going to start building up again at the end of this year, going into 2026, will act as a catalyst to send the cycle going further into 2026. Again, not financial advice, do your own research, but it is a possibility. What I'm saying right now is not something you should blindly trust, whether it be institutional sentiment or even my own opinion. You just have it at the back of your minds as you do your own research and develop your own trading strategies. But as a final summary, again, in my belief, I think that we are not just done yet. With that being said, now is the time for you to level up your understanding and get a peek behind the curtains on what is really going on in this space. Documentation from institutions who are running the space, like I've shared in the stream already. To get ahead of the game and come learn more, check out the VIP again, links down below. But remember, family, as always, don't be emotional, be logical, and I'll see you in the next one.